I won Best Beer Sports Picks. I'm Peter Lojak. He's Mike Brenner. We're the Odds Couple. We're from SportsbookReview.com. It's Week 8 in the NFL. We're talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. We're going to get Joe's take on the Sunday night game.
He called me a nasty man last week,
right.
Pete.
Yeah, that's true. He did. And, Mike Brenner, we have opinions on this one. You're liking Dallas firmly. I'm liking the over. It's taken us. I got 43.5. It's still 43.5 at some places, but taking a dip down to 43 at others, which is a slightly concerning. I'm not exactly sure why that would have happened, but I guess I'm still liking it. Are you still liking Dallas, Mike Brenner?
Yeah, I am. I just think the momentum's too strong to slow down. And Carson Wentz, the more games he gets under his belt, the more film that other teams have to watch. Mm-hmm. And something magical's happened in Dallas, and it ain't about Tony Romo, all right? And you got Dez Bryant coming back. This team is going to be ready for this game. I bleed Eagles green, but you know what? And they bit me in the ass a couple weeks ago when I went against them, but I think Philadelphia is just going to have their hands full here. This team is just absolutely playing great football. I love them on the half in the game.
All right, well, I'm still alive in my survivor pool, and Dallas is one of the picks that I'm considering just to get a straight-up win. We'll see if Joe Duffy agrees with that. Joe Duffy, you like Dallas here?
No, I actually do not. Mike Brenner, I only called you a nasty man because I continue to make sports handicapping great again. Anyway,
I love you, bro.
These are the top two teams in terms of margin of cover in the NFL, interestingly enough. Although, as I said, the NFL is a regression to the mean sport, so that's not necessarily a good thing. Now, at one time, one of the great systems in sports were teams that hit the road off a win as a home dog were a great go against, although the last 2 years it's been about 500. Still, long-term, it's good. That would benefit Dallas. But yet, I'm going to go with the Eagles here. First of all, the underdog has been tremendous in the Eagles games. They've won 5 straight Eagles games this year. The Eagles, when they're a favorite, they lose straight up. When they're an underdog, they win straight up. But keep in mind that arguably these are two teams where home field advantage has meant the least over about the last 5 years. The road team is 15 games above 500 ATS in the Eagles games since 2010. Even better in Dallas. If you bet the road team in every Cowboys games, you'd be 23 games above 500 since 2011. I know people have talked over and over why maybe the Jerry world doesn't have the big home field advantage that other places do because it's almost too big, et cetera, et cetera. But look, Cowboys are only 22-22 straight up at home during that span. All in all, I think that these teams are even, which would say Dallas should be a 3-point favorite. But most importantly, the Eagles probably top the list of predictably unpredictable teams this year. And when you're getting more than the home field advantage, you always take the underdog here because I think it's a tough game for the odds makers. So getting the points, the Eagles are the good play.
Wow, we're going to be going head-to-head one more time, and I love it. And you know what, Joe? I love your breakdowns, and those numbers with the home field are very, very accurate because I watch this matchup year in and year out. But this is one of those games where I say all the time, take the stats, the trends, everything, the analytics, and toss it out the window because this isn't the same Dallas team the last 5 years that's faced the Eagles. They haven't had this much fun and excitement in that stadium since Troy Aikman and company, Emmitt Smith. All right, I could go on and on. All right, the Eagles, they took a blow last week. I'm telling you, this team has been exposed. They're not that dangerous, and their secondary has an injury list that's bigger than Suge Knight's arrest record. With all due respect, this is going to be a field day. Prescott is not a joke. I kept thinking he was. I kept waiting for this honeymoon to end. It hasn't ended. It's turned into a relationship. A damn good football team. Bye-bye, Tony Romo. And I'm telling you right now, I love the Eagles, but I don't love them this week. This is a double-digit win. Joe, we're going head-to-head again, baby.
Yeah, I mean, Philly also, they beat Minnesota as a home dog, so they're coming off of that kind of win. Again, you mentioned that they have the issues. And then also Dallas, it's not the overvalued team with Tony Romo. It's a rookie-laden team now, so I feel like it's a different Dallas team, right, Joe?
Yeah, it is true. And look, they obviously have Ezekiel Elliott, another great rookie running back. And I will say, that my general rule of thumb is when you have a young team, those teams do generally play better at home than they do on the road, which would kind of contradict the fact that the Cowboys have never been all that much of a home team. But still, all in all, I think this is going to be a great game to watch. It may be one of those games that's actually a little bit better to watch than it is to bet because I think there's just so much uncertainty on each side. And like I said, when there's that much uncertainty and you've got it's not within the range of the home field advantage. In other words, if Dallas were only laying 1.5, then that uncertainty wouldn't necessarily favor the dog. But because it is more than a 3-point road underdog, I do think that uncertainty says that the Eagles are a pretty good percentage play. But no, I'm definitely not in love with this play, Mike Brent.
Okay. I love the way he slipped that in there. You know what, though? Your breakdown's correct because these two do get up for each other. And when I say double digit, that might be stretching it, but I think it's going to be a touchdown win. Now, if my Eagles turn it around somehow, you know what? I'll lose that ticket gladly with a smile on my face because I love that team. I love the direction they're going. But this team is resembling almost of that team when they had the tight end, they had the wide receiver, and I could name them all right now. But this team is for real. And when you get momentum and you get confidence, and then you get somebody like Des Bryant back, this team is on fire. They're clicking on all cylinders. And the Eagles, big win last week. But I think the win last week, the Eagles was more of an offense that finally got figured out on a short playbook since Bradford took that job within a 2-week notice. So that's my breakdown. That's why we do it, and that's why they play the game.
Yeah, I'm saying from what I'm seeing, it seems like there's a lot of small indicators that point towards Dallas. But I'm still undecided on. I'm still liking the over though, and Joe Duffy is leaning Philly here as a split line 4 or 4.5. So Joe Duffy recommending a play. Lukewarm recommendation on Philly plus 4.5. Thanks so much, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.